on Apple today, with the company officially announcing its newest product line.
Yeah, the annual fall event is watched closely by tech insiders, but one change that could seem minor will have a major impact on the hundreds of millions of iPhone users around the world. Here to explain is NBC News technology correspondent Jake Ward in San Francisco. So, Jake, this change could mean a new addition to a lot of people's junk drawer. Walk us through it.
That's right, Zinkley. Apple would like you to be focused mostly on the new iPhone 15 and new versions of its Apple Watch, but it's a change to the power cord that has most of us talking.
Small changes with big effects in Cupertino. Apple unveiling new products at the company's annual launch event in California, including the iPhone 15. But the biggest change, charging ports.
So we're bringing USB-C to iPhone 15.
Apple switching out its unique lightning cable for the USB-C used by, well, pretty much everyone else.
And now Apple is finally catching up and saying, okay, this world we all want to live in, where I just have one cable and a thing that plugs into the wall and it charges every single thing in my suitcase. Like, how is that not the world we live in? It so obviously should be.
It's in part because the EU has made USB-C mandatory.
And they're being forced by the EU to do it, and they have said pretty loudly that they don't like being forced to do things, but I think ultimately we would have gotten here sometime in the next couple of years.
Meanwhile, Apple is making more changes behind the scenes, forging ties with companies in Vietnam and India, seemingly diversifying their supply chain as political tensions with China increase. Now, as for those lightning cables,
the old lightning adapters are going to be around for a long time. There's going to be a need for those for many, many years to come.
Don't throw them away. Copper and silver in the charging cables are valuable and save huge resources when you reuse them, according to Adam Shine, the president of electronics recycling company Sun King.
The reality is recycled copper uses 85% less energy than creating new copper. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Now, one of the things I think is so interesting about this, you guys, is that it is European Union regulations that in part made this changeover happen. And we're seeing European regulations, whether it comes to antitrust law or how we regulate AI, or in this case, what cord we use, making its way from that continent over to this one, you guys.
Yeah, that is so interesting. Okay, so practical question. What if you don't have an iPhone? What if you have another kind, like an Android phone? Does it matter?
Well, the funny thing is, it won't theoretically matter. We are already seeing at this hour a $29 adapter that Apple is putting out that'll let you take an old lightning cable and put it into the new USB. But anybody who has Android, or really almost any other gizmo floating around right now, has one of these USB-Cs already. And so in the future, in theory, you'll be able to carry just the one cord around with you. And no matter what phone you have, it should work for all of them, you guys.